All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the fourth round for the men and the quarterfinals for the ladies. It's a little bit of a busy, it's a very busy day. We're starting with Lehecka Fritz. They've played some bangers in the past, and then we've got women's quarterfinals coming up. There's plenty of matches going on the second big grandstand. So that's happening. So yeah, we've got a lot to cover, and now we're starting to get to the serious stuff. All the, we've got 8 ladies left, we've got 16 guys left. Doubles is being played. So yeah, Miami is starting to slowly wrap up. In a week's time, we'll be on the clay. But let's see, because these guys have played 5 times. It's 4-1 Fritz. The last 2 times they've played have been close. Both of those were last year. Canada, 3 tie breaks. And then over in the Davis Cup last year, it was 3 sets as well. And they went either way. So Fritz won the tiebreak match. And Lehecka won the last match, which was his only win. He's 1-4 against Fritz. So this is not going to be easy. But he has pushed Fritz to 3 sets, 3 of the 5 times. So yeah, let's see. Let's see if Lehecka can go back-to-back against Fritz. Nobody's really talking about Fritz. We're talking about how, Alcaraz lost, and we're talking about how, Sinner's tournament. But Fritz is the highest-ranked player by a mile in the top half of the draw. He's the only top 10 player. No one else is in the top 20. Up the top half of the draw, you got Feast, Vachereau, Etcheverry, Paul, Lehecka, Korda, Landalusi, all outside the top 20. So if Fritz doesn't make the final, it'd be pretty disappointing for him. Not easy, though. I mean, you got to play Lehecka now. You have to play the winner of the match that's happening right now with Korda. And then maybe play Paul or Feast if we're going off, I guess, current form, or Vachereau as well. But yeah, it's definitely Fritz's half of the draw to lose. Bottom half of the draw, you've got Sinner and Zverev. And then, yeah, everybody else is outside the top 15. So you've got Cerundolo and Tiafoe, and then Humbert. Everybody else is unseeded or whatever. So the Miami draw for men's. Only 3 top 10 players remain, and only 5 top 20 players remain. So it's been pretty brutal. A lot of upsets. So. And also withdrawals, because no Djokovic, no Musetti. Let's see what happens. But how are we doing, chat? What's going on? Are we ready? After yesterday, which was a humongous day, I think it was like 13 hours, we're back. Probably another 13-hour day. We've got Zverev at the last match of the day, the 2 women's quarterfinals of today, which I'm really excited for. Both of them. Both of them are the only quarterfinal out of the women's 4 that I'm not like. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but Sabalenka Baptiste. That's the only one that I'm like, oh, okay, Sabalenka should win that in straights. The other 3, I don't even like. They're all 3 setters. They could all be 3 setters. And then on the men's side, yeah, I don't know what's Feast Paul, I guess. Zverev Humbert. No, Zverev Cerundolo. That's always a good match, right? Sinner Tiafoe. Could be fun. I don't know. All right. Hopefully, we get some epic. If Sinner loses and Fritz loses and Zverev loses, then we got a Shanghai on our hands. I personally prefer a tournament like this, where we get some different matchups than usual. Yeah, fair enough. I yes and no for me. If there was more top 20 players, I'd be probably a little more excited. Like, Korda beating Alcaraz, fine. But if he was playing Hashanov, or if Ruud had made it through, or, if Bublik or Medvedev or Shelton, even like Tien, Menchik, right? Menchik could have won. I mean, Menchik Sinner rematch would have been really fun to see, but Tiafoe, epic match last night. Rublev, like, I feel like it's missing. Yeah, I don't mind it being a little random, but the lack of top 20 players is a bit brutal. Like, 3 top 10 players, okay, but if there was more top 20, then I'd be a little more excited. But look, we might get surprised. We'll still watch them because you never know. Something might happen. Something might go off. This Miami match is so brutal, Cam. This Miami match is so brutal for Cam. Why is this so brutal for me? What happened? Rooting for Feast and Mboko, nice. Yeah, I'm excited. Look, I'll tell you what, as being more optimistic, I'm excited for Quarter. I'm excited to see Fritz as well. Good opportunity for him. Feast, I want to see him keep running through. Zverev, Sinner, obviously, we're always excited to watch them. I'm excited to see how Tiafoe goes. If Big Foe can take on Sinner, that'd be fun. It's always good to see Foe have a bit of a run. So, yeah. If they all lose, though, then we're going to... I don't know. In terms of schedule for streaming, this is... Miami is the most brutal. It is very, very early. Very early. By the way, Chad, I watched a movie yesterday after I did all those previews. Has anybody seen the movie We Are Your Friends? I feel like it's kind of underrated. I thought it was such a good movie. I know when it came out, it was kind of like, this kind of sucks. But like now, 10 years on, I'm like, I didn't see it 10 years ago, but with Zac Efron, I'm like, this is kind of like, if you're a millennial, I feel like it's like almost, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Do people go out anymore? I don't know. It's too expensive. I thought it was awesome. I'm like, the sound and the music was awesome. If you're a fan of like electronic music, you'll love it. Cam, do you reckon that Sinner has a shot against Mickelson? Quarter against Spanish players in Miami. I know, right? He's taking on all the Spaniards. I think we're used to seeing top players win all the time. Yeah. I don't know. It's yeah. I think we're at the point at the moment where because we're so used to Sinner Alcaraz, and we've been so focused on that. And when I say we, I mean tennis, right? When one of them lose. And then there's like, you go to, you look at Medvedev or you look at Zverev, and then they lose. It really just kind of goes, okay, well, now what? Especially at these kind of tournaments, because we're so used to seeing them be in the draw that when one of them's not there, and like Medvedev losing as well, it's like, and Menchik losing, like Echeverry was great on the clay. Vachereau obviously had that run in Shanghai. Paul's been, I think, injured, so he hasn't really been doing much. Feast, we're obviously excited about. Fritz has been okay. Quarter's popping off this week. Lehecka's been up and down. Like, I don't know. It just has such a random feel, and it's on the women's side we have Baptiste's random. That's it. Quarterfinals are crazy. But even the fourth round, Zhang was there, Ostapenko, Gibson after last week was there again, Anisimova, Andreeva, Eala, right there. Not unfamiliar names. They've all had good runs. Whereas on the men's side, it's like, I can't remember most of the last time these guys had a run here, or run in a massive tournament. So I don't know. I would have loved to see Shelton and Medvedev fourth round. Like, that would have been awesome. If we had gotten that. Tien Zverev would have been really fun. Menchik versus Sinner, like I said, would have been great. Even Rublev Sinner in the fourth round tonight would have been really good. I don't know. I don't know. It's so hard though, because after Indian Wells, when we had a really, really good lineup and we had a good mixture of everything, right? Upsets, the favorites getting through epic matches, right? It's really, now it's like it's hard to live up to that. Especially when the women's side of things is going really, really well. When the WTA side is popping off, it's like, now, like, how are you going to, like, the ATP's just not there yet with depth. Crazy how there was a streak of Synchros finals every time they played, and 4 consecutive finals without a Synchros final. I know, yeah, but that's the thing. Yeah, we gotta get used to that though, or at least we gotta. That's not bad for the tour if we don't get Synchros final, because then it gets, we get Fils in a final, we get Djokovic in a final, Medvedev makes a final, right? Whoever makes a final here, at least we get to see a different player in the big final, or at least a different from Synchros. But yeah, like, it's cool to see. That's why I didn't want Synchros this year for a little bit, because it felt like it was Sinner or Alcaraz, and then and then if Djokovic didn't play, it was just like, well, it's a huge drop off in interest, right? In people wanting to, people caring about tennis, and that's not good. If you've only got, 2 people that people care about, and people want to watch. So it's good. It is a good opportunity to see different faces in the final if it is against Sinner. Like, Fils playing Alcaraz was awesome, right? Even though it wasn't a good match, it was still great to see Fils in there. It was cool to see Menchik get Sinner. It was, great to see Medvedev back. It would have been good to see those guys, well, see Medvedev especially, and Menchik, like, do it. Like, that's the thing. Like, one week there's a different group of players doing well, and then the next week it's a different type, and it'd be cool if, like, all the players that have done really well this year were all in the 4th round. But hey, maybe that'll happen on the clay or something. I don't know. Who's winning this one, chat? I'm gonna go with Fritz in 3. Is it a backhand rally? Lehecka hits a wide, and it's 15-love. It feels like feels good to have some variety before 2025. Yeah. But the ATP side, we are so used to Synchros all the time. Well, that's it. Maybe we're just in that kind of maybe it's just what, like, we're in that kind of like period of time where we're like, we're so used to Sinner versus Alcaraz that we're trying to, we've got to, go beyond that. We've got to go back to what, seeing what else is going on and giving. I mean, Fritz making the final against Sinner would be a great final. It'd be a great matchup. Maybe it might not be the best final. I mean, I'll tell you what, this is what, if we're going to go random with Miami, we need Zverev to beat Sinner and Fritz and Zverev in the final. That's the final I want to see. Out of all the and we're going to see Fritz versus Fils in the other semi. That's the best lineup for what I want to see. As Fritz holds, 1-love. I want to see Zverev versus Sinner, and I want to see Fritz versus Fils. Fritz Zverev final. That would be my favorite final. I think that would be my favorite lineup. Sinner Fritz the most likely final at this point. Sinner's definitely the most likely finalist. I don't know, because Fritz, I feel like there's a lot of matches still to go. There is. There's like 3. He's got to win 3 matches to make the final. There's some dangerous players still there. I don't think it's Fritz. Fritz is a guaranteed finalist yet. This match could be an upset. I mean, this is not an easy match for Fritz at all. Yeah, we're kind of in that transition phase where we're trying to we're so used to one matchup, and that's the only matchup that has mattered. And we kind of don't have any other rivalries really going on besides Medvedev Tien maybe, and Fritz versus Zverev, or even when Djokovic isn't here, it's really hard as well because he. I mean, man, if he was here, Djokovic being here would have. I mean, who knows? Maybe he would have made the final, up the top half, right? 15 love. As Lehecka serves again. Into the backhand of Fritz. To the forehand of Lehecka. Backhand for Fritz up the line. Lehecka forehand goes into the forehand of Fritz. Lehecka backhand to the backhand of Fritz. As the backhand goes down the middle. Fritz forehand cross. Lehecka gets it. Slice from Fritz. And Lehecka hits a drop shot winner. Beautiful drop shot winner. By the way, quarters up a set in 4-3. We've got some doubles going on. It's all happening. So yeah, after this we've got Mboko versus Mukova, which is a Doha rematch. Doha final rematch. And then tonight we've got Bencic Gauff, which I think is an Australian Open rematch. Forty love. Is that Torben Beltz? No. He's wearing a hat and glasses and a towel over his face. I can't see. Someone else. Is he even coaching anymore? He was coaching like a bunch of different big names. Maybe he'll coach Swiatek. 40 love. All right, 40 love. As we return now from Fritz into the backhand of Lehecka. Fritz with a lob. Lehecka puts away the smash. 1-1. All right, 1-0. As Fritz serves again. Great serve down the tee. 15 love. Djokovic would have had a good shot at winning the title, beating Sinner in the final, considering the confidence he would have had beating him in an AO. Yeah, maybe. 15 love. Is it a backhand return? It goes long from Lehecka. 30 love. Love. The return goes in the corner. Fritz up the lines. Too good. 40 love. As Fritz serves again. Out wide the backhand of Lehecka. Fritz to the forehand. Inside out goes wide, and it's 40-15. Fritz serves a fault. Second serve. As with a backhand from Fritz up the line to the forehand of Lehecka. Fritz backhand. Into the slice of Lehecka. Backhand now from Fritz as Lehecka goes down the line to the forehand of Fritz. Fritz in the net, 40-30. I'll tell you this. I've been very interested in some of Fritz's, like what Fritz has been able to, like, the way he breaks things down. Like, it's so fun when somebody, like, it's good. There have been some good press conference questions to Fritz lately, or even like when he was on, he was gaming and people were asking questions. Fritz does have a really interesting, like he has a really, it's kind of a Medvedev-like analysis. Like, it's really good. I like the way that he's been like breaking things down. And someone's like, hey, why don't you go to the net? And he's just like breaks down why, like what his reasoning is for things. Why does he not go to the net more? Why does, that it's not just, it's not that easy, right? And I just love how, like, I've been really enjoying listening to how Fritz breaks it down and how he breaks down his, like, what he's thinking out there, right? And why he does or doesn't do certain things. I think it's really good. Like, it's very Medvedev, right? Where Medvedev breaks it down, right? And does some self-analysis, right? Like, what did he say recently? Like, when he broke down, asked about the net, going to the net. He's got a very good, look, all tennis players probably have this, right? But it's fun to just hear them talk about their own game and the reasons they do things and don't do things. Because I guess most of the time they don't want to, like, give anything away, right? Like, I just love it how he kind of, like, just, like, breaks it down. So when he was asked about going to the net more, he said, I agree with the idea that ending more points at the net will help me, but it's also about creating more rhythm in those plays, like hitting a dead ball that allows me to come in. Sometimes when I don't have that work rhythm enough, I see I'm not good enough against some guys who are faster. I don't manage to put them in a difficult enough position so they don't pass me. So also their shot isn't very good. So basically he's talking about an approach shot, right? Because otherwise they force me to make the perfect volley. The intention is clear, but it's not. But it's easy to say from the commentator's booth down there. It's more complex. See, I love that too. That he's just like, everyone's just like, go to the net. It's like, it's not that easy. I need to come in more. I need to come in more to the net, yes, but first I must improve the shot before the volley. So he's just talking about like that like transition shot, right? The shot between the approach shot, right? And that he doesn't want to come in on any shot and just charge the net, recklessly, right? And again, when he says against these guys, he's not talking about everyone, right? He can rally with these guys, but he's talking more about Alcaraz and Sinner, right? He can't just come to the net off a bad approach. He has to hit he has to wait for the right shot to hit an approach. He can't just hit a forehand and run. He could. It'd be crazy, but he could. It'd be weird, and he'd probably lose the point. But and then also, he needs to hit a really good approach, right, to get a weak response from someone like an Alcaraz, who's extremely fast, and then he has to hit the perfect volley, which again is not his best shot. So so I just love it when when players are kind of like, I love that, because he could have easily just said like, I know I have to come to the net more, something that I'm trying, and then I love that he actually broke it down, and it kind of goes like, well, this is what I'm thinking, right? This is why I don't just charge the net. This is what I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see a ball that's good enough that I feel comfortable hitting it, and then I've got to hit a good shot, and I've got to come to the net, and I want to make sure I hit a good volley, because I don't want to get past, because these guys are quick. Like, I love that Fritz is breaking it down like that, because it's kind of it's not really giving anything away, but he is kind of like giving away his thought process a little bit, and other players could use that against him in matches, I guess. But most players are pretty guarded, right, when it comes to their game. But I love that Fritz has been lately, talking about breaking his game down a bit more and talking about, why he does stuff or why he doesn't do things. And I think that he should get more credit for it, because most players are very guarded about how they approach matches and approach games, because they don't want to give any tactical advantage to their opponents, right? 30-40. Because look, how many times do we say, Fritz needs to come to the net more? He needs to be more aggressive, right? All the freaking time when he plays against Alcaraz or Sinner, we're like, he can't stay back, he's got to come in. But knowing what he's thinking, going, okay, maybe we should not just be like, just go to the net every time. All right, Deuce says we're an ace down the tee. Whoop. All right. First ace for Lehecka. As Lehecka serves. To the back of Fritz. Turn to the forehand of Lehecka. Fritz with the forehand. Getting the forehand of Lehecka. Fritz. Forehand cross court. Great shot. Lehecka gets it back. Fritz comes to the net. Lehecka with the pass. Goes wide. And it's advantage Fritz to get the break. Advantage Fritz. Who's the most underperforming top 10 player this year to you? Well, not his own fault, but it's probably Musetti, right? Because he's been injured. So it's not his fault. Yeah. Like, he hasn't been on court enough. But maybe that's not underperforming. I mean, he just hasn't been able to play much. Backhand slice from Lehecka's good. Fritz gets there with a forehand, but puts in the net and it's Zeus. If we cross out Musetti because he hasn't been active. By the way, Fritz is saying I can't see the ball because I think it's that railing that has the light that. I think how the sun bounces off the rails? Yeah. He's talking about the sun bouncing. Why do they just not cover those permanently? Like, just get something cut to cover those permanently. Why do they every time the players have to go, yeah, I can't see because that shiny metal object is blinding me. Why? And then they have to cover it with towels. Why are they not just like covering that permanently? Maybe it's a safety risk. If they cover it permanently. I don't know. Anyways, forehand goes into the forehand of Lehecka. Lehecka gets it long and it's advantage Fritz. So Alcaraz has been great. Sinner's been great. Zverev's been good. Djokovic has been good. Musetti's been injured. He won a title. FAA's won a title. Fritz has won. I mean, Fritz, he's made a final. Shelton's won a title and Medvedev's won a title. I don't think any of the top 10 are underperforming. Musetti's the only one who hasn't been active because of injury, but I think most of the top 10 have been pretty good. Good serve again. Lehecka back to deuce. Yeah, I wouldn't say anyone's underperforming. Musetti's the only one, and again, I think maybe it's harsh to say he's underperforming because he's not been able to play. It's injury, Yeah, so maybe Fritz, but that's being harsh because it doesn't feel like Fritz has not been good, right? I mean, yeah, Zverev's been good. I mean, if you want to, maybe it is Zverev, even though he made the semis of Australia. Maybe Zverev has been, because he hasn't made a finals Zverev this year. So maybe Zverev is underperforming because he hasn't, whereas Fritz made a final, right, in Dallas. But I don't know. I feel like underperforming sounds very harsh. I don't think anyone's underperforming. They're all just doing fine. They're all victims of Sinkeraz, right? Forehand goes in from Fritz, slice from Lehecka to the back of Fritz. Lehecka with a slice into the ground, and we're back to deuce. Musetti is the lowest in the race of the finals because of injuries. Yeah, that's why I feel like it's a bit harsh to say, like, oh, Musetti's underperforming. It's like, yeah, well, you can't play if you're not on the court, right? It's not his fault that he got injured. Djokovic was lucky at the Australian Open that Musetti retired. I mean, yeah, that was luck. Misfortune. First is a fault, second serve. It's not Zverev, he's too consistent. Yeah, I know, yeah. That's why it feels like I'm like, he hasn't done. But being number 3 in the world, he hasn't won a title or won a final. Like, he's number 4 in the world, sorry. As Lehecka comes to the net, Fritz with the pass, Lehecka with a half volley pickup. Lovely hands. Advantage Lehecka. I'm just looking at Zverev's ranking, and it's like, well, he should have a title. Because guys behind him, again, if we had to pick someone, because, like, if you look at everybody else, right, Djokovic hasn't really been active, right? He's played, what, 1 tournament? 2 tournaments. Has Djokovic played 1 or 2 tournaments? 1. He only played the Australian Open, right? So then you've got Demonol's got a title, FA's got a title, Shelton's got a title, Medvedev's got a title, Sinner and Alcaraz have titles. So for Zverev, yeah, he might be consistent, but he hasn't got a title though, and he should. Maybe. I mean, he should have won probably one of the tournaments in. But how many tournaments has Zverev played? United Cup, Australian Open, Acapulco, and Indian Wells, Miami. Okay, so maybe not. Djokovic played 2 tournaments. What did Djokovic play? Oh, he played Indian Wells. Yeah, he played last week. Yeah, I don't think any of the top 10 are underperforming, to be honest. I don't think any of them are underperforming. They've all had moments where they've been really good, and they've all had moments where they haven't been so good. They've all had. No one's had a bad season except for Musetti, who's injured, and that's not his fault. All right, love 15 as Fritz hits it wide. Love 15 is going to return now from Lehecka, the backhand of Fritz. Lehecka backhand slice to the forehand of Fritz. Again, the back to Lehecka. Fritz backhand up the line. That's a good shot. Lehecka gets it back into the forehand of Fritz. Lehecka forehand into the backhand of Fritz. The backhand of Lehecka. Fritz with the forehand cross court as they go forehand to forehand. Lehecka up the line with a winner. Whoa, that was clean. Love 30. Love 30. Lehecka wants that break. Love 30. Is it a fault from Fritz? Second serve. There's the backhand return from Lehecka. The forehand of Fritz. Lehecka backhand. Into the forehand of Fritz. Again, the backhand of Lehecka. Up the line. It's Fritz for the forehand on the stretch. Drop shot Lehecka in the net. Not a bad shot. Idea. Not a great execution, but it wasn't a bad shot to go for. By the way, we're almost at 100 likes. Appreciate that. All right. 15:30. First, there's a fault to conserve. As Fritz makes an error, 15:40. Lehecka with the break points. Eala haters all over Twitter bashing her. Well, that's a shame. As they're backing now from Lehecka in the net, and it's 30-40. Did you see Alcaraz's brother highlights in the finals win? Spitting image of Carlos. No, I haven't seen the highlights. I only saw the match point clip that he won, where he won. By the way, Sinner hasn't lost a set since retiring in Shanghai. Yeah, I know, right? He has the record for most 1,000 Masters 1000s consecutive sets won or something. He beat Djokovic's record the other night. As with a backhand winner from Fritz, we get the deuce. We get the deuce. As Fritz serves again. The backhand return goes into the forehand of Fritz. Forehand from Lehecka. The forehand of Fritz on the stretch. Goes up the line. Lehecka backhand cross. Fritz gets it. Lehecka backhand up the line. Fritz there with a slice forehand. But he pushes it wide and it's advantage Lehecka. Advantage Lehecka to take the break. Sinner not too far from completing tennis if he has a good clay season. Yeah, maybe. A17. Actually, that's probably not a bad idea to kind of to go through. Like, what is completing tennis? Like, how do you complete tennis? You do everything Djokovic has done, right? You have to do what Djokovic has done, otherwise it doesn't count. But what is the checklist? There's got to be a checklist, right? All right, 400 rally. As with a 400 again to the 400 Fritz. 400 now goes out by Fritz, advantage Lehecka. All right, Lehecka with another break point. As with a backhand now to the 400 Fritz. Fritz in the net. There's the break. Lehecka takes the first break of the day. All right, so I've got the obvious ones. So what is completing tennis? You have to win 25 slams? No, I don't think so. You have to obviously win all the Grand Slams. You have to win all the 1000s. You have to win a gold medal at the Olympics. You have to win the ATP finals. You have to win Davis Cup, right? But what else? Weeks at number 1? Do you reckon that's got to be on the list? Like, do you have to be like top 5 weeks at number 1? I feel like 100 titles is on that list. I feel like you got to have 100 titles. Because I don't think we were saying that. Like, I think 100 titles, right? Because only 3 guys have done that, and Djokovic is on that list, and he's, I feel like you gotta win 100 titles, right? Because he's not going to complete tennis if he just wins the rest of the 1000s. Like, no one's going to be like, well, yeah, because it seems weird to be like, yeah, Sinner completed tennis, and Djokovic did too. It's like, Djokovic it shouldn't be that easy for Sinner, right? Djokovic took 37 years to do that. It can't be like 25 years and Sinner completes it in half the time, right? Yeah, win the Sunshine Double. Yeah, see, there's those kind of things too, right? Sunshine Double, that's a good one. Yeah, Sunshine Double. What about winning all 4 slams in a row? Because Djokovic has done that. Oh, is that too much? Maybe that's a little bit too niche. But yeah, Sunshine Double. You have to accomplish that, right? So wait, Sinner's got how many weeks does Djokovic have? 500. Djokovic got 428. All right. Federer's got 300. I feel like you've got to at least have 200 weeks at number 1. Because Nadal's got 200, Connors, Lendl, Federer, Sampras, Djokovic. They've all had 200 weeks minimum. I feel like you got to have 200 weeks at number 1. It might even be like more. Yeah, Sinner's got 66 weeks, but I feel like you got to have 200 to be like top 5 in that category. All right, as that goes up the line from Lehecka, 40 love. What else, chat? What else is there? You should win all Grand Slams at least twice. Okay. What other achievements should be considered completing tennis? Like what should be on the checklist? 40 love, by the way. Lehecka backhand, the backhand of Fritz sliced. Into the backhand slice of Lehecka. Fritz with the backhand into the net. And it's 4-2. Because I'm just thinking, we know Djokovic has done everything right, but like what we always talk about, like Federer and Nadal, what they didn't get to do. Because Federer was like, he didn't get the gold medal, right? So that, like in singles, so that was one thing that he didn't get. And he didn't win Monte Carlo, right? So they're the things that, had he have done those things, he would have also completed tennis, right? So what else is he, what else? And Nadal, we talk about what he didn't win. Like he didn't win the ATP Finals, Paris. And he missed out on those, which means that he was unable to complete tennis there. Sampras is always about the French Open, right? So obviously Grand Slams, you have to win all 4 slams. But what else? What other achievements? I feel like those are the guys that, you know, you have to be on that level of... Do you have to, I mean, you probably have to win at least... You got to win double-digit slams, right? But do you have to win 15 slams? Is that a requirement now? You have to win 15? Like 15 slams minimum? Or 10? 30 love. Maybe 10, you have to win double-digit slams, maybe? That's a default second serve. That's Fritz serves. He's down a break. Good serve down the tee. Return goes in. And then Fritz hits a 4-1 winner. 40 love. It's not the number. It's winning all of them once. Okay. All right, so maybe we don't need to put a check. I feel like 100 titles is a requirement. Because the thing is, you can't just complete tennis at 26. Like that can't happen. Right? That's not a thing. Completing tennis has to be a little bit harder than just doing it at 26. Then again, it's not easy. I mean, you can't win the Olympics every year, so maybe. Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't win the Olympics in Los Angeles, he has to wait until Brisbane in 2032, right? The gold medal is always probably going to be the last thing that Sinner or Alcaraz have to win to complete the game. That might be the hardest achievement of all. He's won Davis Cup. Do we count United Cup and Labour Cup or not? No, because he hasn't won either of those yet. Olympic medal is the hardest to win? Yeah. All right, so maybe he doesn't need to... Well, I mean, another thing that we didn't even say is like be number 1 in the world. World number 1 is actually on the list, right? If you want to complete tennis, you have to be number 1 in the world, which he has. All right, so maybe we don't need to go into too much like depth. 100 titles is too much. Yeah, maybe they're just like extras. Like maybe they're just like nice to have. Because I'm just thinking, if Sinner goes to the Olympics this year, in 2 years' time, and he only has to win the Olympic gold, we're probably going to be like, well, that's how you... He's just going to tick the box once, right? He doesn't have to win 25 slams. He doesn't have to win 25 1000s, right? That's not... You have to win 1 each, right? Just like completing the Korea Slam. You don't have to win the French Open 10 times. You just have to win 1 of each. So maybe we don't have to think about it too hard. So yeah, you just got to win 1 of all the important trophies. I mean, you got to win a 250 and a 500 as well, right? You have to win the smallest trophies too, right? You can't just... Well, what? Let me see what... Again, Djokovic is the template, right? Like, he's the template we use. Ah, 15 level Lehecka with a break here. All right, 15 love. As Lehecka serves a fault second serve. What's my legit prediction for this? What, as opposed to my fake prediction? Fritz in 3. Backhand rally. As Lehecka misses 15-0. It's like Pokemon, you got to catch them all. Well, that's it. You have to catch them all once. By the way, Tony, can you stop promoting other channels? I don't appreciate you coming in here and saying that Andy Roddick did an interview with Alex Eala and that everybody should go listen to it, all right? I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate you coming in here and saying that Andy Roddick did an Alex Eala interview that was really good and that everybody in the chat should go see it and watch it. I don't like that. No promoting other channels. It's crazy. Can't believe this. 30-all. You're promoting it already? I'm not promoting Andy Roddick's interview with Alex Eala that just happened about 8 hours ago that was really good that you should also go listen to. I'm not promoting that at all. And you shouldn't either, chat. You shouldn't be promoting Andy Roddick's channel because he just did an interview with Alex Eala a couple of hours ago that you should all watch. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't be promoting it either. No self-promotion or promoting other channels, especially Andy Roddick's channel and the interview that he did with Eala. 30-all. Fritz wanting that break back. By the way, the shadows are really awkward on the court. No, 30-all. Quarter's going 3. Why am I not surprised? All right. 30-all is as the umpire talks on the walkie-talkie. Return goes the backhand of Lehecka. Backhand now from Fritz. Lehecka backhand to the middle to the forehand of Fritz. To the forehand of Lehecka now as Fritz goes up the line. Lehecka's there with a slice. Fritz with a drop shot in the net. And it's 40-30. 40-30. As Lehecka serves again. Landalucci save match point as well. Uh-oh. 40-30. Serving to the forehand of Fritz. Return goes to forehand of Lehecka. Fritz forehand on the stretch. Lehecka forehand up the line. Fritz is there with the backhand. Lehecka forehand again to the backhand of Fritz. Sliced. Lehecka just bullying Fritz backhand and puts away the winner eventually. 5-3 Lehecka. Good play. All right, 5-3. First serve is a fault from Fritz. He's serving to stay in the set. All right, 30 love. As that goes out by Lehecka, 40 love. What's wrong with Fritz? Well, he had a chance to break in the middle of the set and then got broken straight after missing those chances. So that's what happened. 40 love. Fritz serving to stay in the set. Good second serve. Lehecka gets it back. Slice from Fritz to slice Lehecka. Lehecka in the ground. And Fritz takes the game, but Lehecka's got the break and he's going to serve for the first. Lower back problem for Quarter. Chat, how many times can we deal with this? Is he the Del Potro of this modern era? What the hell is going on? Why? Is it serious or is it just like precautionary? Just like if Quarter's injured, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be so mad. Not at him, obviously, but it's not his fault. He's just trying to play. Dimitrov or Mahach gets more injured. Okay, but Quarter feels like he has great wins and then he gets injured like the next match. Like Quarter seems to like this happened at the Australian Open when he was on that run. He beat Medvedev and everyone was going nuts, and then he got injured and was out for like forever. All right, Lehecka serving for the set. All right, 15 love, Lehecka. As Lehecka forehand, near the back of Fritz. Lehecka backhand slice. Fritz forehand up the line. That's a great shot. Lehecka gets it back. Fritz with a cross-court forehand to the forehand of Lehecka. The forehand of Fritz up the line. Too good. Lovely play by Fritz. 15 all. All right, 15 all. As that goes out by Fritz, 30-15. As that goes out by Fritz on the return, 40-15. Lehecka to take the first set. It says, return goes in by Fritz. And it's 40-30. Return winner to save one. 40-30. A bit of fault second serve. Serve in the front of Fritz. Return the net. There it is. First set, Lehecka, 6-4. And Fritz is not happy. One breaker serve in that first set. Are we watching on Boko later? Hell yeah, we're watching it straight after this. You're low-key focused on your bookings. Bookings? What are you talking about, bookings? Bro, have you seen what's going on? What the fuck am I what could I book? I'm not leaving the house. I can't leave the house. It's too expensive. I walk out my door, I got to pay a $10 fee. All right, 8.5 for Fritz in that first set. 8.1 for performance rating for Lehecka. Both had 4 break points in the middle of that first set. Remember, Fritz had those 4 break points at like 3-all, couldn't break. And the game after, Lehecka had 4 break points and got the break. So that was the difference, was that middle section of the match, or the set, where they had a bunch of break points each. But, and Lehecka took his chance. That was it. What's the best Masters in terms of likability? I think Indian Wells is generally overall liked the most. And Monte Carlo. I think Monte Carlo gets a lot of love, right? I mean, they're probably the two. Taylor about to take the second for sure. Okay. All right. These two do play bangers. You're right. That is true. Indian Wells Rome for you? Okay. I mean, everyone has their preference, right? But I feel like the general tennis, like everybody loves Indian Wells, right? And Monte Carlo feels like it's generally not. I mean, the difference with that is it's only men's tournaments. So, I mean, maybe it's Indian Wells because it's combined and it, has WTA. But you like Madrid? Fair enough. Everybody has their favorites. All right, bathroom break for Fritz. Who's the dark horse for Monte Carlo and Stuttgart? I have no idea. I'm not even thinking about that just yet. Poor Fritz, always the bridesmaid. Well, if he loses today, then he's not even in the party. He's one of the he's a +1 to the wedding. Wasn't even invited. All right. Penko to defend the title? All right, maybe. Quarter's in trouble. He is, yeah. The draw's wide open now for Sinner. Yeah, there are still a few players in the way, but overall, yeah, it's Sinner's tournament. So Sinner's the heavy favorite. All right, we're just waiting for Fritz to come back in the bathroom. God, if Quarter loses that or retires from that match, that would be devastating. Fritz coming back. Lucy breaks. Poor Quarter, yeah. God, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if Quarter withdrew if he's or retired because of if he's got a bad back and he's going back. Do you think that Sinner has this has been Sinner's best tournament historically? Maybe. Quarter's not even moving. Yeah, he's not going to finish that match. Unfortunately, it's just another. Might just be another. His body failed him again. Is this Sinner's best tournament historically? I mean, Australian Open's been pretty good. Yeah, maybe this one. He's made 3 finals and won 1 title. Yeah, probably. Yeah, he's made the quarterfinals or better every time. So you got to say that is right. Australian Open, he did lose the first round. I would say Wimbledon is second because Wimbledon he's made the quarterfinals or better every time except for the first time. So yeah, probably this and Wimbledon would be his 2 most. Well, the Australian Open obviously as well, a couple of titles there, but yeah, this has probably been his best performance overall. Final on his first attempt, final on his third attempt, won the title on his 4th. And also the ATP finals. I mean, he's won 3 out of 4 that he's played. 2 out of 4 that he's played. Made the final 3 out of 4. So maybe the ATP finals as well. Beijing also belongs to Sinner. Has he been playing that much though? All right, 15 love. As Fritz serves first in the second. All right, 30 love. That goes out by Lehecka, 40 love. The draw keeps getting easier for Sinner. I mean, Zverev is still in the draw. Like, I know he just beat Zverev in Indian Wells, but Zverev is still in the draw. There's a backhand return into the forehand of Fritz. 4 now from Lehecka in the backhand of Fritz. Lehecka backhand again, the backhand of Fritz. Up the line to the forehand of Lehecka. He puts in the open court. It's 4-15. Nice serve. Fritz, 1 love in the second. All right. I don't think Zverev is even going to get to play Sinner. Okay. Why did Carlos lose the quarter? Because quarter served phenomenal. I would love a Sinner Feast final. Yeah, that would be awesome. All right. 1 love. One zero Fritz in the second. Got a fault from Lehecka, second serve. Return goes out by Fritz. It's 15 love. I miss your 1,000 prediction videos. I mean, I didn't really do them. I did them once. All right, backhand goes out by Fritz, 30 love. Are you talking about on the second channel, or are you talking about the ones that I do before every match? 30 love. As Lehecka serves. And Fritz slice return goes in the back of Lehecka. Fritz to the backhand. Into the backhand Lehecka. Into the forehand of Fritz. Lehecka forehand on the stretch. Fritz goes up the line. Lehecka's there with the backhand again. The back of Fritz. Into the backhand Lehecka on the stretch. The backhand goes wide by Lehecka. It's 30-15. I miss ace off. It was fun. We only did it like 3 times though. Oh, the ones on the second channel? Yeah, I think we did. I did them like once. 30-15. Lehecka serves a fault second serve. Return goes back in Lehecka. Oh, he hits it long. And it's 30-0. Trouble for Lehecka. I have no idea why they're waiting. 30-0, we're waiting for something. All right. Landalucci is up 3 love. Okay. Good serve, Lehecka, 40-30. I don't think Korda is retiring here if he gets broken. Okay. Trainer back on for Korda. If Korda gets broken again, that's probably it, right? Fucking sucks. Anyways, that goes out by Fritz 1-0. No. 1-1. One all. As the return goes in the forehand of Fritz, up the line from Lehecka goes wide for 10 love. As Fritz serves again. God, these shadows are terrible. Also, tomorrow, I think we start later. Tomorrow, because center court's going to have all the matches. So, I think tomorrow we start at maybe at 1 p.m. maybe? 2 p.m. maybe? I don't know. As Fritz hits it out, 15-0. I'm not sure what happens when, what happens tomorrow. I know we don't start early, because we've only got 4 matches tomorrow. So I'm not sure what time we start tomorrow. Can't remember. Actually, let me check. I can check last year, right? 30-15. We're gonna start with the ladies' 2 matches. I think it goes the ladies' 2 matches and then the men's matches after. The players that are playing first today on the men's side will play tomorrow. So tomorrow night, there'll probably be 2 ladies and a men's match on the day, and then the night match will be and then a doubles match probably. It's probably how it is, 40-15. Let me check. Last year, quarter Djokovic was a quarterfinal last year. All right, I guess. All right, Fritz holds 2-1. So what do we have last year? So we had Raducanu, and then we have Menchik, Feast, Palini. That's the semifinal. So we had Eala Swiatek first match last year, I think. And according to my it says here 4 a.m. my time. So it must have started at... What's the time right now? So it starts at this time tomorrow, I think. I think it starts this time tomorrow. What's the time right now? It's 1 p.m. Okay. So yeah, it must be starting at 1 p.m. tomorrow, right? And then I think it goes... Because you got the women's semis the day after, so they got to get those matches out of the way first. I think. I don't think Sabalenka and Zhang played, right? On that. Yeah. They played the day before. Yeah, so we should be starting at 1 p.m. tomorrow, I think. Which means we get an extra hour. Yay! And then, yeah, last year apparently it was... Oh, no, Korda and Djokovic were supposed to play, but then they got moved. Maybe it rained? Did it rain, maybe? What time did they play? Yeah, I think Djokovic and Korda were supposed to play, and then it got moved to the next day. So, yeah, so tomorrow's going to be 2 matches during the afternoon and then 2 matches at night, I think. Because Raducanu Pegula played at night in the quarterfinals last year. Anyways, 15-0. How do I gift a membership? I've looked. I think I don't know. I think if you click the little plus button in the chat, if there's the dollar button in the chat, there's a little dollar like thing. If you click that, it give you an option. 30-15, maybe. 30-15. There's a bit of fault from Lehecka. Second serve. As Fritz makes another error. 40-15. As we get a serve again from Lehecka. Into the forehand of Fritz. Lehecka backhand in the net. Good return, 40-30. The reason players that knock number ones out very often lose the next round is because it takes a physical and mental toll. I agree. It's just disappointing, though. That's what sucks. I think it's more disappointing because he's injured, Korda. Like, it's not even if he comes back to beat Landalusi, it's like, well, then what? Then he has to retire against Fritz or Lehecka? Like I think this is more painful because of the quarter getting injured. Great return, Fritz deuce. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of times where, players have beaten, the world number one and lost the next match. But then quarter beating the world number one and then getting injured in the next match is just, that's what sucks. Like, that hurts more. Hopefully, it's nothing serious. Yeah, we're not mad at quarter. We're just mad at the situation. Because it's happened so many times with quarter where he's just like, he's shown potential and then he's just like, his body's gone, nope. You're like, not again. Yeah, we're frustrated about his injury, but it's not his fault. If he lost 6-love, 6-1 with no injury, we would have been like, what the hell, man? Right? We would have been like, that's so what happened? Good serve from Lehecka. Fritz gets it back though. 4-4 rally. As that goes in the net by Lehecka. Back to deuce. By the way, to the guy in the chat, please stop putting scores in the chat. It is very annoying. Lehecka, by the way, is getting pissed off, so that's a good sign for Fritz. As we get a fault, second serve. So it goes in the net by Lehecka, and Fritz has got a break point. Advantage Fritz. Come on, man. Bet your house on quarter, guys? Nah, I don't think I will. Backhand is a drop shot winner by Lehecka. That's just too good. And we get back to deuce. Beautiful drop shot winner. Deuce. As the return goes in the back of Lehecka. 4 now from Fritz. Goes out. And it's advantage Lehecka. Fritz is just not taking his opportunities at all. Advantage Lehecka. To level. As he serves a fault second serve. If Quarter wins, he'll pull out like Greek sport. Yeah, I don't think Quarter's going to play the next match if he wins. Winner of this match plays the winner of that match, by the way. As Lehecka gets back to deuce. Deuce. First, there's a fault by Lehecka. Second serve. Quarter has a bad back. His serve will be affected. Yeah. As they play a let. Oh, man. The backboard is blinking. And they're playing lets. So they're going to have to replay the point because there was the backboard was blinking during the point. And it was behind Fritz. It was behind the ball kid. Yeah, that was annoying. And they're turning off the... No, they fixed it. We get to deuce. I think that's the second time it's happened too. All right, deuce. As the return goes into the backhand of Lehecka. Backhand for Fritz. Into the forehand of Lehecka. To the forehand of Fritz. This is going down the middle. Now a bit of a cross-court rally going 4-4. And Fritz shanks it long. And it's advantage Lehecka. Oh, Korda gets the break back. Nice. All right, advantage Lehecka. Good serve. All right, 2-0 in the second. All right, 2-2. Back to Fritz. As we default, second serve. As Lehecka gets it out, 15-love. All right. 15-love. By the way, the back screen is still going crazy. All right, 15-love. All right, first at default by Fritz, second serve. And we've got a forehand now from Fritz up the line. Great shot. Slice. Lehecka goes in. Fritz comes in with a forehand. Lehecka pass. Fritz volleys. Lehecka backhand. Into the net. And it's 30-love. And I think someone in the crowd made a noise and Lehecka's not happy. Yeah, somebody in the crowd, as Fritz was going for that, Lehecka was going for that forehand drop shot, people were yelling. And he looks up and just like, what the hell are you doing? They're just getting excited. 30-love. And an ace. 40-love. They're just showing the replay. Yeah, someone in the crowd yelled. Yeah, that was dumb. Stupid person. They weren't cheering. They were just like, no. 40-love. Return goes to the net. It's 3-2 Fritz in the second. Oh, it's got some doubles going on as well. We'll keep up with that as well. The umpire's going to try and fix the back screen, which is completely messed up. It's been messed up. They're going to leave it off and they're going to try to fix it. We're going to try to fix it at the next match. Cam, can you be honest? Does Sinner have a competition in this tournament? No, I won't be honest. Andreeva, Mukova Andreeva and Boca withdrew from the doubles, yeah. Andreeva's got, I think she had like a hip injury. She got a hip injury against Mboko. Feast versus Vachereau is getting delayed because of the quarter match. Yes. Zverev is competition for Sinner. Yes. Zverev is competition. Last week when they played Indian Wells and Zverev lost badly, Sinner won easily. I heard Zverev saying that he was trying out some things, so he wasn't too mad at the result because he was trying different things. He was, almost using that match as a bit of an experiment. So he wasn't going, maybe, I don't know why he, why he would try and do that. But again, maybe he feels the need to do that. And why not do it in a smaller event so then when he plays them in slams, he can do it in a bigger event, right? So he said he was, I read that he was trying out some different things. And that's why he wasn't too mad at the result by losing badly. So I still think Zverev is a threat. And I still think Zverev should not be overlooked if he plays Sinner in the semis. So yes. Do I think anybody else is a serious threat for Sinner? Probably not. But I think Zverev has proven to be a threat. He's beaten Sinner in semifinals of 1000s before. Zverev is very capable of beating Sinner. He said he was trying to be more aggressive. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah. So I don't think any Sinner fan should be overlooking Zverev as not a threat. He is a threat. He is definitely a threat. Cam Korda is losing after causing an upset. Yep, I know. I've been keeping up to date with it. By the way, Mboko versus Mukovic coming up straight after this. 30-15. But yeah, I think Zverev is probably I don't know. I mean, look. Somebody could play inspired against Sinner, and Sinner might have an off day. That's unlikely, because Sinner doesn't really have off days. But yeah, Zverev is the threat. The serious threat. If Zverev loses, then Sinner should win the title without probably dropping a set. Because if he plays Fieses in a final, if he plays Fritz in a final, I don't think Sinner in a final of a 1000 is going to let it slip against somebody who hasn't won one or hasn't been there very often. I mean, Fritz has won one, right? But Fritz is losing right now. But if he plays anyone else, I mean, maybe Vachereau, but I don't think Vachereau loses to Sinner. Beats Sinner, sorry. Anyways, Lehecka holds 3-0. Yeah, anything can happen, of course. We're assuming that he stays healthy and that everything is there's no injuries or anything, but I'd rather Korda lose this match. He won't be fit for the next one, yeah. I mean, the winner of this will play the winner of Korda and Landalusi, but yeah, I don't even know. If Fritz goes down here and it's Lehecka Landalusi's quarterfinal, that's wild, right? 15 love. As Fritz serves a fault, second serve. As a return goes to Fauna Fritz. Fauna from Lehecka. Goes long. And it's 30 love. Love. As we default second serve. As a return from Lehecka goes wide, 40 love. Gil picked Lehecka to make the quarters. Yeah. Gil knows what he's talking about. So I'm not surprised. All right. Fritz holds. 4-3, second set. Sinner will not be stopped. Cannot see anyone in this draw left stopping him. Okay. What do you think of his match of the day? Maybe Bencic Gauff. One of the women's quarterfinals. Match of the day on the men's side. I just got a feeling Zverev's going to play a 3-hour epic, but I don't know why. Yeah, both ladies' quarterfinals are bangers. They're the matches of the day for sure. I think Sinner against Mickelson. Maybe Feast Vachereau. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, women's quarterfinals. They're the matches of the day. Where are we watching from, by the way, Chad? I haven't asked that today. Where are we watching from? I'm in Australia. It's 4 a.m. God, I'll tell you, these early mornings can get stuffed. Can we get through Miami so I can, sleep? I am feeling it. Vancouver, New Zealand, London, Chicago, Canada. 4-3 Fritz. We got Dubai, Montreal, Greece, Mongolia, Pakistan, Ireland, Strava, Florence, UK, Cape Town, Philippines, India. As the return goes to the final of the Hedge Cup. Slice from Fritz into the final of the Hedge Cup. Lehecka puts it away. 15 love. Munich, Finland, Milan, Pakistan, Michigan, Madrid, as we're just serving to the backhand of Fritz. Lehecka comes to the net and Fritz hits it in the net. 30 love. By the way, Chad, if you want to watch this match, you can watch it on the new Tennis TV app. Click the link down below. We're collabing with them for the rest of the year. We've got South Africa. We've got Durban. We've got Honolulu. 30 love, by the way. As the return goes the forehand of Lehecka. Backhand out from Fritz goes wide, and it's 40 love. God, Fritz just can't get... Well, he can't get the break, but he also just can't seem to rally with Lehecka for too long. As the return goes out by Fritz. All right, 4-0. Lehecka holds. Women's quarterfinals tomorrow, for some reason, I feel are more likely to go 3 sets. Tomorrow? Nah. Maybe Raducanu. Raducanu, Sabalenka are the heavy favorites tomorrow. Today feels like the more 50-50. I don't think Sabalenka shouldn't go to 3. I mean, even though Baptiste's been great, Sabalenka's next level. And over the last couple of matches, Pegula has lost in straights. So Raducanu or Sabalenka should win in straights tomorrow. Today is the day where, I think the today's semi-quarterfinals are probably better. Or have more potential. They could all go 3, to be honest, but I think today has more potential. Hey, thank you, 3532 BW for becoming a member. Appreciate that. All right, 30 love. As it a 4 now up the line from Lehecka, that goes out. 40 love. $40 love, 1 minute game. All right, as we a forehand up the line from Fritz. And then Fritz hits a winner. Lehecka misses it. And Lehecka will serve to stay in the set now. Winner of this is going to play Landalusi or a quarter, and they're in a 4-all in the third. All right. Now let's see if Fritz can try and steal this set. Baptiste serving bombs though. Yeah, look, but I mean, against anybody else, I'd give her a chance. But I think against Sabalenka, it's just like, I don't know if what to expect from Baptiste against Sabalenka. If she was playing anybody else, except for maybe Raducanu, I'd be like, oh, maybe she could get a win. But I feel like playing against Sabalenka is like that's, I don't know. Here we go. Lehecka serving to stay in the set. All right. Lehecka serves. Fault, second serve. As the return goes in the backhand of Lehecka. Lehecka in the net, love 15. Love 15. Ah, 15-0. Nice serving from Lehecka. First serve's a fault, second serve. As Lehecka backhand on the stretch. Backhand from Fritz goes long, 30-15. All right, second serve. Into the backhand of Fritz. Backhand from Lehecka goes the forehand of Fritz. Lehecka with a slice. Fritz, forehand cross court, stays back. Lehecka hits it wide. And it's 30-0. Uh, 30-0. As Lehecka serves again. A fault. Second serve. To the backhand of Fritz. Lehecka forehand up the line. To the backhand of Fritz. Lehecka forehand again. Oh, hit the corner. Inside out forehand winner, and it's 40-30. Jeez, that was a shot. 40-30. Lehecka to level. Serve is a fault. Second serve. Backhand of Fritz. Lehecka backhand to the forehand of Fritz. Fritz in the net, and it's 5-0. By the way, Quarter is 2 points away from losing. Yeah, we're going to start putting scores of other matches in chat. Let's not put points in this chat. It's annoying. I know it's for another match, but it's just like people are getting confused. 15-all. There's Lehecka in the net. So 5-all. See, I'm getting confused. 15-love. Love. As we had a good serve down the tee from Fritz. 30 love. Hey, Aiden, thank you for the 30 months. Appreciate that. All right, as the return goes into the forehand of Lehecka. Fritz goes to the slice of Lehecka. Backhand a slice from Fritz. Lehecka backhand slice again. The backhand of Fritz. Into the backhand of Lehecka. Fritz backhand again. Goes in the net. 30-15. By the way, to the guy that put his house on Quarter, are you okay? Somebody check on that guy. Let me check on that guy. Backhand to backhand rally. As that goes into the forehand of Lehecka. Great shot. Fritz gets there, but puts in the net. 30-0. Nice hitting from Lehecka. Aiden says he has a spare room. Aiden's got a spare room if you need, yeah. Don't worry, we'll look after you. 30-0. First serve's a fault, second serve. As the return goes into the backhand of Lehecka, and Lehecka hits it long. Forty 30. As it back into the net by Fritz, we get the deuce. All right, nice hitting from Lehecka. Sorry, from Fritz. Advantage. Advantage, Fritz. Advantage, Fritz. As he comes in with a drive volley winner. All right, Fritz holds 6-5 in the second. And Boko Mukova comes on after this match. All right, 6-5. Fritz stays in front. Look, Quarter losing is probably good for the tournament because it would have been really disappointing had he have won and unable to play tomorrow. So it's probably not the worst thing that Landalusi is into the quarterfinals. It's definitely not the worst thing for Spanish fans, but it's better for the tournament because they're going to have a match. Unless the winner of this match doesn't play, but the winner of this match will play Landalusi, which means, we're going to have a healthy player in the fight. He might be tired, but at least he's not going to be injured, right? Cam is talking sense. When do I not? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. If Sinner loses today, that will give some players huge chances to get to the final. Yeah, if Sinner loses today, I'll see you in Monte Carlo. I'm kidding. You guys think Tiafoe will beat Ant-Man? Maybe. Depends on what Pokemon cards Ant-Man brings. I'll tell you, if he's got a Charizard, you watch out. Tiafoe better bring his best. He better bring his best. Who's he got? Who's Tiafoe choosing? What Pokemon is he bringing to the battle? That's what I want to know. Who is he bringing? All right, Lehecka serving to stay in the set again. As that goes into the sky from Fritz. Smash is good by Lehecka. Fritz had a chance, but he missed it. 15 love. Alcaraz's overconfidence from the start of the year cost him the Sunshine Double. Ah, 15-0. As a return goes into the forehand of Lehecka, he puts that away. And it's 30-15. Nice setup. 30-15. As Lehecka, great serve, 40-15. Woo. Fritz doesn't look hungry lately. 40-15. Is the overconfidence in the room with us now? Lovely drop shot by Fritz. 40-15. That's 40-30, sorry. That's funny. All right, 40-30. No chance for Fritz. Bro, what are you talking about? 40-30. No chance for Fritz. Okay, 40-30. Yeah, Cordo apparently got a back injury in the second set, or at the end of the second set, as Fritz hits it out 6-all. All right, who's winning the tiebreak, chat? Who you got? Who is winning this tiebreak? Six-all. As Fritz serves first in the breaker. Lehecka, Fritz, okay. Return goes back into Fritz, backing out from Lehecka. Fritz backing again, the back of Lehecka, who hits a tape. Fritz comes to net. Lehecka pass, Fritz volley. Lehecka pass, Fritz volley. Too good. Nice work from Fritz. Good recovery. 1-love. 1-0. A Brian brother is in the house. Good volleys from Fritz. As a return goes into the forehand of Lehecka. Back in for Fritz up the line. Too good. I don't know what Lehecka's complaining about. 2-love. What is Lehecka complaining about? 2-love. I don't know why Lehecka's unhappy about that point. I mean, Fritz hit a clean winner. All right, 2-love. Fritz with the mini break. As Lehecka serves. Into the back of Fritz. Lehecka forehand. Shanked. 3-love. Fritz with a double mini break. 3-0. Love Fritz. Seven the forehand of Lehecka. Fritz. Cross forehand. Lehecka gets back. Fritz up the line. Lehecka with the backhand cross. Fritz gets that with the backhand in the net. 3-1 Fritz. 3-1 Fritz. One of the mini breaks has been returned. Good serve, Fritz. Lehecka return goes long. 4-1 to Fritz. All right, 4-1. Return from Fritz goes long. 4-2. They change ends. All right, 4-2. Fritz. Lehecka's going to serve again. Uh, 4-2. Lehecka serves. To the body of Fritz. Good return. The back of Lehecka up the line. Fritz forehand cross. Lehecka gets it in the forehand of Fritz. As Lehecka again to the forehand of Fritz. Lehecka to the backhand of Fritz now. Is Lehecka backhand on the stretch. Fritz again at the backhand of Lehecka. It's Fritz with the forehand. Cross court's good. Lehecka gets it. Fritz again to the forehand of Lehecka. Now to the backhand of Fritz. Lehecka backhand. As Fritz goes up the line. Lehecka's there with the forehand. Fritz on the attack. Stays back. Backhand again from Lehecka. Fritz again to the forehand of Lehecka now. As Fritz backhand again. Into the forehand of Lehecka. Fritz with the slice. Lehecka forehand. Cross court. Fritz with the slice again. As Lehecka cross forehand again. And Fritz in the net eventually. And Lehecka holds the serve. Still 4-3. Fritz with the mini break. There was chances for Fritz to go to the net there. There was just those hesitant chances. It's a great rally. Fritz just... I know he talked about like how, he wants to do the right, come in on the right shot and stuff, but there's those like... You just see those moments where it's a shortish ball, he hits a decent shot, and he just doesn't, like he takes one step forward and then like runs back. Like you can just be like, he does hesitate. Medvedev does the same. Sometimes Zverev does the same. They just kind of like have this, they hesitate to go to the net. They even though there's like a little opportunity. And they just don't commit to it. And then they get back in the rally. They let their opponent back in. And then they rally. Anyways, Lehecka gets it out. 5-3. Fritz, how's your tennis board doing? Any recent pickup? My tennis board. What are you saying? I have no idea what you're saying. What's my tennis board? As the return goes in the backhand of Fritz. Fritz puts that away. 6-3 Fritz. To take the second set. 6-3. Three set points to take us to a third. Lehecka serves. As the Fritz return goes into the front of Lehecka. Lehecka puts that away. One saved. 6-4. Thanks, Deb. 6-4. Fritz. As we just serve. Into the net by Lehecka. Second serve. As the return goes to forehand of Lehecka. Lehecka in the net. We're going 3. Fritz takes the second in the tiebreak. We're going to a third. We've only had one breaker serve in this match so far. It was in the middle of the first set. Fritz holds his nerve and takes the set. All right. We're going 3. We are going to a third. We're going 3. 8.0. By the way, only one break point in that entire set against serve, and that was Fritz had a break point, but he didn't take it. 8.0 performance rating for Fritz, 7.0 for Lehecka. Yeah, these guys are definitely battling over serve. Are you from Australia? Yes. Fritz could still get to the final. Yes. 12 winners. Sorry. 5 winners, 12 errors by Fritz. 6 winners, 15 errors by Lehecka. Both guys very successful at the net. All right, we're going 3. Do I play tennis too? Not as much as I want to. I haven't played tennis for a while. Just don't have time. It's all about time. And I can't play tennis at 3 in the morning, unfortunately. I wish I could. I wish I could. I don't even notice your accent anymore. Yeah. I don't have one anyway. What's your other profession? All right. Well, Hetch just gone to the bathroom now. Big 3 had that battle for 20 years. Sinkaraz need to get used to it. Need to get used to what? Pardon me. All right. Why is the Feast match not starting? I don't know. Eala fan club manager. Yeah, that's my job. I volunteer I volunteer. It's an unpaid position. Does that mean we listening to him too much? Yeah. What did you liquid? I mean that didn't. I don't know why that sounded funny. I'm drinking. That is tea. It is tea. It is iced tea. Why does Miami use such a big stadium that looks empty all the time? No smaller tennis stadium in Miami. I don't know, because they chose to come here. Getting used to the pressure of being the favorite all the time. Who's that? Fritz, he's saying? It's beer? It's not beer. Another Spaniard gets revenge. Yep, he avenged Carlos's loss. Good morning from Canada. What is up, Canada? What is up? All right. I've noticed that YouTubers are focusing a lot of attention on Eala. I assume that there's a lot of traffic coming from the Philippines. Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that want to watch tennis from the Philippines right now. It's probably a major reason why Andy Roddick did an interview with her recently. One of the reasons. She's taking the tennis world by storm. What time is the match between Mukovac and Boko? It's after this match, so it could be in like an hour. I'd say probably an hour. How many subscribers from the Philippines? I don't know. I'm going to say 95%. No, I'm just kidding. I'm pretty sure. I actually can't see how many people are from. I don't know where any of you are from. That's why I ask. Because YouTube don't tell you. Because that's creepy. If they told you. Let me have a look. Definitely have had a lot more Filipino subscribers in the last 12 months. But it definitely isn't the... There's definitely more people from other places. Because, I mean, like if I asked in the chat, there's probably only like a handful of people from the Philippines here right now. Probably more Americans right now. All right. 15-all. Lehecka serving first in the final set. All right, 15-all. Lehecka puts a forehand to the back and a Fritz. Great pickup by Lehecka, 30-15. $30-15. All right, 30-15. This was a slice in the net by Fritz. 40-15. Ah, interesting. Yeah, we've got a pretty even spread of people. All right, nice serving from Lehecka. One love. One love, Lehecka. Shout out to the fellow Brits in the chat. That's it. Sinner unstoppable now. Yeah, he's got a good road, but again, like I said, Zverev should not be overlooked. He is not a pushover. He is not a bad. He's not an easy player. Quarter beat number one and lost to 151. Yes. Yes, he has. Hello from the Philippines. There we go. Some Filipinos will stand up late. Cam, are you happy? Yeah, I'm very happy. 15 love. First serve to fault, second serve. As with a backhand rally. Backhand from Lehecka again. The backhand of Fritz. Lehecka backhand into the forehand of Fritz. Lehecka backhand again. The backhand of Fritz up the line. Lehecka with a forehand into the forehand of Fritz. The backhand of Lehecka. Fritz forehand cross. Caught. Lehecka gets it back. Fritz with a slice. As with a slice from Lehecka. Fritz backhand again. The backhand of Lehecka. Into the backhand of Fritz. But Fritz hits it out. 15-all. 15 all. All right, 15 all. As return goes the forehand of Fritz. Slice from Lehecka. As Fritz makes Lehecka move, and Lehecka's slice goes wide, 30-15. (30-15). And the return goes back in Fritz. Back in from Lehecka into the forehand of Fritz. To the forehand of Lehecka. Fritz with the forehand again to the forehand of Lehecka. Fritz backhand up the line. Is too strong. 40-15. Have you tried pickleball? Yes. 40-15. (40-15). First serve is a fault, second serve. Double fault from Fritz. 40-30. As they're backing up the line from Fritz goes long. We get the deuce. We get the deuce. Remember, it's only been one breaker serve for the match. Good serve from Fritz down the tee. Advantage. Good serve. Advantage Fritz. I think Lehecka thought it was a let, but umpire had to disagree. Made a fault, second serve. Could be a long third set. Yeah, I mean, it could be. Return goes off the tape from Lehecka, and winner. Drop shot winner. Deuce. All right, we get the deuce. Fritz serves a fault, second serve. As the return goes to forehand of Fritz. Lehecka backhand into the forehand of Fritz. Lehecka forehand again. The forehand of Fritz up the line. Backhand from Lehecka back to the backhand of Fritz. As Lehecka up the line. Fritz gets it back. Lehecka comes down with a volley. Puts it away. Okay. A chance for Lehecka to break. First break point he's had since the first set. All right. First serve is a fault, second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Lehecka. Fritz with the forehand cross. Lehecka gets it back. Into the forehand of Fritz. Lehecka forehand again. Up the line. Fritz with the backhand cross court. Goes in. Slice Lehecka in the net. And Fritz survives. We get to deuce. All right. There's Fritz with a great serve. Advantage Fritz. All right, Fritz eventually... no, sorry, went back to deuce. My bad. Did the umpire say game Fritz? How's he saying? All right, back to deuce. As Fritz serves again. A fault. Second serve. Into the forehand of Lehecka. Fritz with the backhand. Into the backhand of Lehecka. Fritz with a slice. Lehecka goes up the line to the forehand of Fritz. Lehecka forehand again to the forehand of Fritz. Lehecka goes to the backhand again to the forehand of Fritz. This one hit the tape though. Fritz comes to the net with a forehand approach winner. And it's advantage Fritz. Advantage Fritz to take the first game of his final set. All right, Fritz holds. Great serve. 1 game all. Okay, 1-1. The umpire just asked the music to be stopped. He's like, can you stop the music? And the music stopped. Umpire power. All right, 1-1. 15 love. All right, 15 love. All right, 30 love. Good serve hitting by Lehecka. First serve is a fault, second serve. (30-15), nice from Fritz. Good return again. All right. There's a bit of serve again from Lehecka. There's a fault, second serve. The Feast Vachereau Stadium looks empty. That's a shame. As Lehecka hits it out, it's 30-all. Chance for Fritz to get a break point here. Only had 1 break for the match. Fritz hasn't broken Lehecka yet. As Lehecka serves. Down the tee, good serve. 40-30. Massive serve down the tee. Fritz couldn't handle it. 40-30. As we get a fault, second serve. As the return goes the backhand of Lehecka. Fritz forehand to the backhand of Lehecka. It's Fritz backhand again to the backhand of Lehecka. Up the line to the forehand of Fritz. Forehand of Lehecka to the backhand of Fritz. As we do forehand again, the backhand of Fritz. Fritz in the net. Lehecka holds. 2-1. Final set. Mboko plays next on this stadium. Yes, she plays next. All right. Did anyone watch Feast versus Tsitsipas? Feast absolutely chopped him. Yeah, we watched it. And Tsitsipas was not happy with the lighting from pretty much the start, and he never really got over it. And Feast was a monster. So Steph was distracted, and Feast was a monster, and that's what happened. Cordo did not retire. He just lost. All right. Fritz to serve. He serves a fault. Second serve. As that goes in the net by Fritz. Love 15. Lehecka needs to break because he not going to win. Sorry, Lehecka's a backhand winner. My bad. I don't know what I saw. Lovely backhand from Lehecka. As Fritz with the backhand to the backhand of Lehecka. Into the forehand of Fritz. Fritz with a forehand again. Into the forehand of Lehecka. Fritz again with a forehand to the forehand of Lehecka. Fritz slice. Lehecka comes into the net. Fritz with a lob. Bounce smash Lehecka. Love 30. He puts it away. All right, love 30. As Fritz serves. Into the forehand of Lehecka. Great return. Fritz slice in the net. Love 40. What a return. Love 40. As Fritz serves. A fault. Second serve. Second serve in the front of Lehecka. Lehecka in the net. 15-40. As Fritz serves again. The forehand of Lehecka. Fritz forehand again to the slice of Lehecka. Fritz with a forehand inside in. That's a winner. 30-40. It's a Tuesday, 2 p.m. when fans get out of school and off work, and then it'll be filled. Yeah, it's a Yeah. All right. 30-40. Yeah. 30-40. As Fritz serves a fault second serve. As Lehecka forehand to the back of Fritz. Lehecka volley. Fritz puts up a lob. Lehecka puts it away. Only the second break of the day. And it goes to Lehecka again. And he is 3-1 up in the final set. All right. Fritz has not broken Lehecka all day, so this is going to be tough. Good serve for Lehecka, 50 love. 15 love. Not a great day for the Americans so far. So far, it's been a tough day for American tennis. Ace out wide. 30 love. It's not over yet. You are correct. It is definitely still going. So let's see. Another ace, though. 40 love. Lehecka's unbreakable. Unless he gets nervous. But he hasn't got nervous. First serve is a fault. Second serve. All right. As Fritz hits it in the net. Sorry, Lehecka hits it in the net. 40-15. 40-15. Lehecka got a 4-1. He serves another ace. That was a phenomenal game. 3 aces in the game. And Lehecka, 4-1 final set. Literally had 5 Americans in the round of 16 and they're all going to lose. We got Paul Tiafo, right? Who else? Oh, and Coco. No. Mickelson. So Mickelson, yeah, he's going to play Sinner. But Tiafo and Paul should be the favorites to win their matches. Do you feel more relaxed when you're watching a match with not one of your favorite players? Yeah. Of course. 4-1. Not even in the quarterfinals, and we will have only 2 top 10 players left after this match. I have no idea what that meant. What do you mean only 2 top 10 players? Fritz has almost zero chance of beating Sinner. I don't even remember last time he took a set of Sinner. I don't either. Okay, 4-1. It's only 1 break, but Fritz hasn't broken today. So, yeah. By the way, Chad, I reorganized my... I still haven't figured it out properly yet, but I reorganized my collection of physical media. That was fun. I have to put them in my phone though, so I know what I've got. I've got so many movies I haven't seen. So many movies I haven't seen on my wall. That's what I'm doing after Miami. I'm just binge watching every single movie I haven't seen. First serve's a fault, second serve. I need to start catching up. $15 love. All right. Nice serve. And nice return, sorry, from Lehecka. 15-0. All right, 30-15. The return goes in the net by Lehecka, 40-15.
I love your channel. I always get lucky with my bet smiley face.
Hey, thank you for the 5. Appreciate that. 4-2, Fritz holds. And congratulations on that. All right, 4-2. Lehecka serves. Out wide of the corner, Fritz. Fritz in the net. 15 love. Hey, somebody got a dog. Has that dog got a crystal on its forehead? I have a dog. Mia, that's you. You're a dog. You're a puppy. As the return goes into the forehand of Lehecka. Forehand now from Fritz. Into the forehand of Lehecka. Lehecka in the net. 15-0. Chat, does anyone else when you're out in the world and you see a dog, you get excited? Is it or just me? I don't know why. Whenever I see a dog like in a car or when I see somebody walking over, I'm like, oh, it's a dog. Like I just always point at it. Oh, it's a dog. I don't know why. Every time I see a dog, I'm like, oh, dog. There's a dog. Oh, look, a dog. There's another dog over there. 30-15. Or I just smile at the owner. I'm just like, oh, you have a dog. We both have dogs. 30-15. Okay, you guys do that too? Okay, so that's just me. All right. I'd rather a dog than a screeching child at the tennis. Fair enough. 400 rally. Slice from Fritz up the line. Goes long. 40-15. Lehecka to keep this break. $40-15. A7T. All right. 5-2. Fritz needs a break. Yep. Well, he needs a hold first. Hasn't broken Lehecka all day. In fact, I think he's only had break points in the first set. He had a couple in the middle of the first set where he really should have broken. And then one in this final set. Oh, sorry, he had one in the second set. I think he's had one in this final set. Fritz needs a break from tennis? Why? Because he's losing? No. I have 5 dogs? Jesus. What, do you live on a farm? The hell? All right. Fritz will serve to stay in this match. We've got Mboko taking on Mukova after this, which I'm very excited for, that match. Farm in Oregon, 170 acres. Well, that's fair enough. The 5 dogs on 170 acres is fine. That makes sense. There's a dog behind you? I know. She's asleep. All right, here we go. Fritz going to serve to stay in this match. Two hours, 20 minutes played. She was asleep. 15 love. What's up? What's up? Where you going? All right, 15 love. As with a backhand from Fritz into the backhand of Lehecka. Forehand of Lehecka, backhand of Fritz. As Lehecka backhand up the line. Fritz gets it back to the forehand of Lehecka. Now another backhand Lehecka cross court. Fritz gets it back. Lehecka backhand up the line. Too good. It's 15-0. What is it? 15-0. I gotcha. I gotcha. What's up? 15-30. Fritz hits it out. Ow. Why are you biting me? Excuse me. Why are you biting me? Excuse me. 15-30. 15-30. Fritz needs serves. Good serve out wide. That's one. 30-all. Fritz serves again. $30-all. As a return from Lehecka is good. Fritz gets it back. Lehecka slice. Into the forehand of Fritz. Lehecka backhand slice again. Into the forehand of Fritz. That's a good shot. Lehecka with a passing shot in the net. Fritz, 40-30. Is that your wife, Cam? I'm going to say it. Because no one in your life is saying it. You're not as funny as you think you are. So, look, somebody had to say it. 40-30. As the return goes into the forehand of Fritz. Forehand now from Lehecka. Fritz with the forehand again. The forehand of Lehecka to the backhand of Fritz. Lehecka with the volley. Fritz with the pass. Lehecka drop volley winner. Deuce. All right, we get to deuce. We get to deuce. Carlos dodging Sinner. He knows what is good for him. Yeah, Carlos lost on purpose because he's scared. Anyways, great return from Lehecka. We got a match point. Advantage Lehecka to get it done. And to win 2 in a row against Fritz. He won last year against Fritz. And, yeah. It would be back-to-back wins against Fritz and a quarterfinal of 1,000 as well. which is a huge achievement. Fritz serves. Into the forehand. Lehecka return is good. Fritz with the slice. Lehecka in control. Forehand inside out. Off the tape goes long. Oh, that is so unlucky for Lehecka. Jeez. He could have hit the winner on the first shot. He should have hit the winner on the second shot. And Fritz survives. Deuce. Jeez, that was so lucky for Fritz. So unlucky for Lehecka. Then Fritz serves a fault. Second serve. As Lehecka returns it back to Fritz. Lehecka backhand. To the backhand of Fritz. Up the line to the forehand of Lehecka. Fritz. Forehand again to the forehand of Lehecka. Into the forehand of Fritz. As Lehecka forehand inside out. Fritz gets with the backhand. Lehecka. Forehand cross court. Fritz slices it back. Lehecka comes in with a drop shot. Fritz can't get there. Match point number 2. Advantage Lehecka. To take his spot in the quarterfinals against Landalusi. Great drop shot from Lehecka. All right, match point 2. Oh, Fritz with a fault. Second serve. Double fault to finish. That is brutal. That is a brutal way to lose. I tell you, American tennis today it's been a tough day. It's been a tough day for American tennis so far. But Lehecka's going to play Landalusi in the quarterfinals. God, what a brutal way to end. Was that Fritz's only double fault for the match too? I feel like that was one of 0. That was the only double fault for the match. It was the only double fault for the match. It was his first and only double fault. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, God, that hurts so much. Lehecka's yapping to the umpire. Yeah, Lehecka's just having a big conference to the umpire. I mean, when you win, yapping at the umpire is probably not going to... Why would... You don't need to do that. All right. God, what a tough end to that match. All right. 1 second, chat. All right. Now we've got the women's quarterfinals. Jumping over. And we'll be back in about 5 minutes, but Lehecka wins. He's going to play Landalusi tomorrow in the quarterfinals of Miami. Women's quarterfinals starting now.